G'day everybody, welcome back to Everspace 2, in which this could be our potentially very last episode. But anyway, in the previous episode we just bought a brand new ship, which is what we're flying right now. Again, this is sort of a striker type ship, or was it a Vanguard class ship? I can't remember now, but anyway, it looks cool. That's the thing that matters the most to me. So we're going to play around with it a little bit. It is feeling a little bit heavier than our previous ship. That's fine. Yeah, we should be able to sort of hopefully do some damage with this ship and you know, get into a few fights with it. Speaking of, we'll probably find a few fights at some undiscovered locations that we haven't been to, specifically in Kyone, and really there's only a couple left, and after that we would have seen almost everything that the game has to offer for us. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Maybe we'll have a bit of an adventure in Kyone, see what's there. Well, Kyone's a little bit of a iffy sort of system, isn't it? Because the star is going supernova there. So traveling around is actually quite difficult, but we'll see how we go. And if we happen to not really find ourselves, you know, fighting that much, and we haven't had our fill of combat, then maybe, you know, we can...
That is amazing.
So far as a recently evolved primate mind can experience it, I suppose.
Oh man, that hive. But yeah, if we don't get into too many fights, then what we could do is we can maybe get into some of the spatial rifts and you know, maybe give that a go, maybe once or twice, and see how it feels. But aside from that, I think we're sort of...
I am detecting G and B elite fighter craft heading this way.
That's just what I need.
We're sort of done with the game, aside from, you know, dealing with the unknown locations. Wow, level 29s and 30s. I don't think we're equipped to handle that, guys. Let's actually jump out of here before they find us. So this sort of reminds me a little bit of how it felt in the previous game, because we were often being chased, particularly by the Okar, and we had a limited amount of time really to do what we needed to do in any given place before having to move on. So, you know, made things a little bit more exciting. There were puzzles, there were secrets and all that sort of stuff in a location, but then, you know, if you took too long, then, you know, you would essentially be hounded. And initially, you know, it's probably okay, you can probably handle some of the Okar that they were throwing at you, but gradually the enemies became tougher and tougher, you know, like they just kept jumping in, and you would have to sort of deal with tougher and tougher waves of enemies. Okay, Kyone Belt. It's nice here because despite the sun going supernova, it doesn't seem like we're taking damage out here, and there's, you know, radiation's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. You know, I really miss this weapon. This weapon's actually really good.
Get away for a fresh round. Stay right. I'll have another go.
You know, I'm feeling like the combat is a little bit more difficult in this ship. Perhaps maybe because I started getting used to the previous one, which was very light and nimble. Alright, so there is a location challenge. There's a hidden stash somewhere. So let's try and find it. This looks kind of weird, doesn't it? So we should try and investigate a little bit. Yeah, I feel like I'm moving very, very slowly. Speed, 89. Yeah, okay. Well, I haven't really been paying too much attention to all of the stats, so I don't know if 89 is any good. Probably not. Maybe we could do with a little bit more speed. Weapons use boost energy after a weapon energy is depleted. Okay, so you could essentially shoot for longer, but then you might have a difficult time trying to get away. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Okay, we are frozen. Okay, let's try and get out of there. Ah, okay, interesting. So it's almost like a frost bubble. I'd imagine this is where a heat sphere would actually be pretty decent. We've got a power core there, power core there, power core there. We, I think, saw a socket, potentially. Or no, actually that power core was in a socket. Let's see what happens if we just grab the power core there. And, I'm just curious to see if perhaps maybe the frost bubble is being generated by these power cores. Maybe it's powering it up. So I'll just leave power cores here. Or it could just be coming from this gigantic crystal, potentially. Yeah, at least the frost doesn't exactly do damage to you, so yeah, it's no big deal even if you get frozen. So long as there are no enemies nearby, because as soon as you're a sitting duck, very, very tough to get out of that situation. Okay, so I didn't really see anything else around there aside from just these 3 power cores, but what we use the power cores for, I have no idea. I'm not entirely sure where we're headed either, guys. I'm sort of just heading in random directions, although we do have enemies in certain areas. Perhaps maybe it might not be a bad idea to focus on maybe trying to get to them. Maybe they're protecting something. And we've got, again, another thing that's emitting some kind of frost sort of bubble there. Alright, let's see. So we've got a power core, we've got a container here, which is immediately accessible. Sorry, power core socket rather, so we can try to bring one of our power cores out here. Trouble is getting back to the power cores that we found before. Oh, I suppose that's not going to be too much of an issue. It's actually marked on our HUD. Alright, so I suppose maybe we shall actually grab those power cores. See if we can place them in the right spots. It's a shame you can't actually do cruise drive with anything in tow. You sort of have to use your boost ability. Anyway, let's throw that in there. And miss completely. So, this is interesting. Sort of clipped through to the other side. I wonder if I can get it back out. Ah, there we go. Goodness me. There we go. Ah, right, okay, we need 2 more power cores for actually accessing that container. Okay, well, at least we now know what the objective is. Okay, that was very disappointing. Okay, we've attracted something. Alright, one more. And then we should be done here. I mean, I feel like there's probably more that we could probably see. This area's probably bigger than what it initially lets on. Yeah, I see potentially something going on over there. Potentially we could go to that location after we're done with this location challenge. Alright, give me goodies. Web missiles. Not entirely sure how I feel about that. Let's just maybe dismantle that. Okay. So, as I said, maybe if we just get away from this area first. The problem is actually visibility. And once we get away from all of this haze, we might be able to sort of just tell where we can go. Wow, it definitely looks like we've gone out into nothing almost. I see a few rocks over there. I don't even have any enemies on the HUD right now. Perhaps maybe those enemies have jumped out. Yeah, it's really difficult to tell where we are. Let's boost over this side. It looks like there might be rocks over there. Okay, no, we've reached the boundary. I might actually try to get to the damage limiter there and see if getting close might actually... Yes, there we go. So we've managed to get out of all of that haze for a moment, and now we should be able to decide which way to go. Cool. Another ship module, which is nice, although I'm not entirely sure if we're going to really play around anymore with ship designs. So why is this area slightly lit up? Like, why does it have a slightly warm tinge to it? That's my question. Okay. Nothing really interesting there, but... Got a slight wreck here. Something glowing over there. Probably more frost. Yeah, definitely. Okay, this was where we worked on getting the location challenge, wasn't it? Try to get a bird's eye view here. Okay, there's some more stuff over there. Potentially there might be things to look at. Okay, we've got a vent. There must be a gas dispenser or something like that nearby. Grab one of those. And let's drop it off. Alright. Whether or not it's worthwhile, I'm not sure. But anyway, we got it. Just looking at whether or not there's other stuff here that's worth looking at. Good. Alright, let's take a look here. Anything worthwhile? Yeah, okay. This Crimson Sun is sort of starting to lag behind, isn't it? I wonder if I can try to upgrade it. Primary weapons. We modify stuff. Okay, we can't modify the legendary stuff, but we could potentially modify the autocannon and the equalizer. So we could increase the level if we really liked the weapon. I mean, we've got plenty of parts that we need. We could do that. Yeah, okay, so it increased like this stuff, I'm guessing. Alright. Can we do it multiple times, or how does that work? Increased rarity. Well, I guess we can't do that because it's already the highest level. Removing the level restriction of an item will make it usable even if you don't match the level parameters. You need to invest the required amount. Okay. This is not available because we can already use it. Okay. So, with increasing the level, I guess we can only do that one time, maybe? Interesting. So, modify... Yeah, okay. Why don't we modify this as well? Increase the level as well. We may as well. Okay, cool. Well, I don't really think that there's anything else for us to do here, so let's get out of here and let's go to the next undiscovered location. We'll see what we can do there. Then we sort of need to decide what to do next. So yeah. Again, I'm thinking maybe some spatial bypass rifts, or spatial rifts, and we'll see how we go with that. I mean, our ship looks sexy as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, looks like we've got some ancient ruins. So, probably dark matter and all that sort of stuff. I'm not entirely sure what we need to use the dark matter for exactly, aside from perhaps maybe there's some use in some quest lines and stuff, but can you actually use it for crafting? Maybe. Alright. So... is there an opening here? It looks like it, but... I'll grab that. I don't actually know where I need to take it though. K away. Okay. Okay, there we go. So let me guess, an ancient lens. Great. Okay, we need runes here. I'm not entirely sure what the runes are going to do exactly. Maybe activate the crystal. You know, we do have enemies in the area. I'm surprised that they're not actually a lot closer. Trying to, you know, harass us while we're trying to do these puzzles. Okay, and yeah, it looks like the puzzle is pretty straightforward here. Or maybe not. Maybe it's not straightforward. Maybe we have to face Z that way. And same thing for this one. Yep, there you go. Pretty straightforward. Okay. Well, that didn't exactly do what I thought it would do. Alright. My bad. I guess the runes were not really part of the puzzle. It was just a bit of a reward, I suppose. Okay, what is going on here? Thank you. Alright. Chuck this in its place. Any other crystals we can destroy? I don't think so. Alright, let's just work this out. I see a symbol over there. I don't suppose all of them would have the same symbol. Okay. Yeah, I thought that would be too easy. Ah, okay, I see. There are symbols above each rune. Okay, well, I presume we just need to leave here and... Okay, did that unlock things? Maybe not. Oh, okay, we've got even more of these crystals to try and destroy. Yeah, a lot of these ancient type ruins are very elaborate, aren't they? And by elaborate I mean the puzzles are very elaborate. Okay, so I think it's quite obvious what we need to do here. So a couple of rune slots. Let's chuck these in. Alright, good stuff. Now, figuring out... the symbols are just here. Easy. Alright, and I think that did it, so... should get a mainframe component.
Mainframe component collected.
Nice. How many do we have? Only 2. Alright. Well, I think we're sort of done with this area, unless we want to get into a few fights here, but I don't think we really need to. Just taking a look at what is left and available to us, but I think we're going to make our way back to Zarkov, and specifically the gas fields here. There's Citizens of a Velocity. I'm not entirely sure what that is exactly. It could be some kind of, you know, just standard secondary mission. But yeah, let's go to the gas field, and I think I'm going to wrap up the playthrough there. If we do a few spatial rips, we can do it from there as well, I believe, because they have the spatial bypass should be there. But anyway, is this going to give us the right way to get to the spatial bypass in this system? I don't think it does, actually. It's a shame. Alright, let's jump out. Okay, so we're off to Keymon. Which I can't exactly see on my own. I'm gonna need to just set the waypoint. Actually, one thing that I'm curious about, now that I think about it, is what sort of perks we can get at level 30. Ride the lightning. Killing an enemy while your ship is... while your shield is up creates a lightning orb that will circle your ship for 20 seconds. Incoming attacks will consume the orb, damaging the attacker for 30% shield, 20% kinetic. Of your maximum shield capacity and applying 3 seconds of EMP. Upon reaching the maximum of 5 orbs, gain unlimited boost energy and 30% increased fire rate. Wow, that is really powerful. Overkill. After your ult expires, your primary weapons remain charged with ancient energy, increasing their damage by 20% and allowing them to pierce shields and armor up to 15 seconds duration, depending on ult energy spent. Wow, okay. Symphony of Destruction. Destroying an enemy with a critical hit causes their energy core to discharge and deal damage equivalent to 60 energy or 80% of their maximum or 80% kinetic of their maximum hull in a large radius. Jeez. Well, you know, if you're doing late game stuff like spatial rifts and all those kind of things, then getting your character up to level 30 makes sense, right? Because those buffs are significant. Maybe that's why I'm having such a hard time with the spatial rifts. Maybe we're not even supposed to be doing them just yet. Who knows? Here we are at Keymon. Let's get ourselves to the spatial bypass. It's not really in the most convenient location, is it, this spatial bypass? You sort of have to make your way into this structure. Speaking of making our way into the structure, I can't remember where the entry point is. Okay, there we are. That wasn't too bad. Alright, let's get to the gas fields.
Of spatial bypass travel. This could catch on.
Alright, so from here, I mean, there are outlaws and stuff, we can fight them, but I don't think they would be worth it. Let's give the spatial rips a try, maybe once or twice, and we'll see how we go. And I think we might wrap up the series there. So, Ancient Rift, here we go. So, Zarkov Rift. So, I suppose maybe each spatial bypass might give a different type of rift or something? Potentially. Anyway, so we're not using Tears of the Mad. We did 100% or 100... is this percentage? Well, 100 lunacy before. I might go with 0 lunacy, since I did so terrible last time. Actually, enemy damage is minus 50%. Maybe that's not what I want. Maybe I want something like 50. Add tears or remove tears. I have no idea what this does for us. But anyway, maybe I won't use the tears for now, and we'll go from there. Let's do it. Hopefully we survive a little bit longer here.
To get me out of this.
Indeed, since luck is only a figment of the imagination.
Wow. Oh, that's crazy. Alright, so I think we fared a little bit better than the last time we attempted that. But even at 50 lunacy, that's actually really crazy. I can see, you know, that there's a lot of scope here for maybe crafting and all that sort of stuff, and getting your weapons and devices up to the highest level possible before attempting more of those spatial rifts. And it seems like there's like different tiers as well, so we've never passed the first tier of each rip that we tried. So there's that. So I assume with each tier is just going to get harder and harder. I have no idea how people do it, man, but I guess there might be some people who are extremely dedicated out there who would sort of go through the process of upgrading everything and going through all the quote-unquote pain required to get there. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to do any more, guys. And in terms of the series, I think we're going to be ending it right now. DLC stuff, I mean, I'm not entirely sure when there will be DLC. It'll be nice if we had the ability to go to Ethon or Aethon or Aethon. I'm not sure how to pronounce that properly. I was reading, guys, that it is possible to actually go to Aethon using your jump drive. So the ship's jump drive, if you maybe leave from maybe the closest location, I don't know, maybe Boreas over here, you can actually make your way to Aethon with that drive, and you can actually arrive there, but you can't actually interact with anything. You can't dock anywhere, and you can't approach any location. That's essentially what people are sort of saying. But yeah, in terms of its more official use, DLC is supposed to happen over there, apparently. I mean, don't quote me on that, guys, because I don't really know too much about the development of the game. All that I know is that it's out of early access, and that's the reason why I'm checking it out, because it's been in early access for a very long time already. And goodness me, it is a really, really cool game, I have to say. So before I sign out, I just want to say a few quick thank yous. Firstly, I do want to thank Rockfish Games, obviously, for making the game and dedicating a lot of their time and resources to polishing this game up and making it the best game it can be. And as I said before, it's been in early access for a very long time, and you know, I really appreciate devs who keep games in early access for as long as it needs to be until they're satisfied with the game. And yeah, this game is very, very high quality. If you're into, you know, more arcadey style space shooters, then this is definitely the game for you. If you like sci-fi and ships and space and stuff like that, then definitely the game for you as well. Because I mean, look at this game. It's beautiful, right? Look at our ship. It is sexy as hell. But yeah, I mean, I would also want to take the opportunity, guys, to just thank all of you guys who have been hanging around the series, particularly if you've been here since the first episode and you've watched all the way through. I thank you very much for your support. Alright, guys, well, if you're still here, and if you want to see more from me, there's definitely a few other series out on the channel as well. Do highly encourage you to check it out. I definitely have a very large scope, or a large spectrum of things that I like in terms of gaming. So there should be something interesting for your tastes. But yeah, I do encourage you to check anything else that I've done on YouTube if you're interested. If you're here and you've just been watching, not subscribed, I would appreciate a subscription, obviously, but I don't mind you lurking here as well. Alright, guys, I am signing out. Leave a like, a dislike, or a comment or two down below. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.